All right, so for today, we are going to think about ways to develop an introduction with our opinion writing. We're also going to think about different topics and see the best way to approach how to write them as an opinion piece. And so the first thing we're going to do is take a look at this book and then just reflect on what the author was trying to do here, the purpose of the author. We're going to hear her in an interview. So it's a simple book, but it gives a message, and we'll talk through this afterwards.
Bully, 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 bully! Bully! But first, a few words from Green Bear. Please go ahead, Green Bear. You have the floor. Just because you happen to be the smartest bear in the room, and also the most good-looking, and also happen to be the fastest in all sports, does not mean that you can walk around bullying people. And why? Because the greatest gift, that we all have, that we all can give, is kindness. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'll be available for autographs after the book reading.
Well, some of that actually made a lot of sense. Thank you, Green Bear. And let's see. Whoa! Go away. Why? Ooh, rude. Rude, rude, rude. And look at this poor guy. He's just hanging around, minding his own business. Ah.
Bully, bully, bully! Bully! Hey, wanna play?
Oh, see, we got the nice white rabbit and a yellow chicken and a green turtle. And then this guy, let's see what he says. No! Oh, hop away. Fast as possible. These guys don't look happy about that at all. Chicken! Oh, how dare you call the chicken a chicken? You chicken caller? Slowpoke. Well, I mean, everybody knows turtles are slow. You don't need to insult him about it. You big bully. Pig. Oh. You are nasty. You called the pig a pig, but not in like a, hey, you're a pig way. You're just a rude pig, like a bad thing kind of way. That's just hurtful and unnecessary. Buzz off. Oh, so he's telling a bee to buzz off. I guess he thinks he's clever, but he's just rude. And that bee looks very shocked. You stink. Well, he's a skunk. But still, you don't say that way. I mean, a skunk has his own particular aroma, and you know skunks only put off that horrible aroma when they're threatened by, say, a bully. Bully! Ooh, he called him by his name. The billy goat called out the bully. Butt out! Oh, and he is not butting out. He is standing up. That's right, you stand up to a bully, Billy. Bully! Oh, ha! Ha ha! Now he knows what he is. He thinks he's so smart and he's just a bully. Bully? Oh, I see. You didn't stop to think about who you were, did you? Too busy calling everybody else a chicken, and a slowpoke, and a pig, and all those other things to think about what you are, weren't ya? Weren't ya? Now what? Now what? Whoa! The realization has turned his world upside down and... I'm sorry. What? Looks like what? He landed with a tear in his eye and an apology in his heart. Want to play? What will the white rabbit, the yellow chicken, and the green turtle think of this turnabout? Okay. They forgave him. Forgiveness. Forgiveness is a beautiful thing, and it goes hand in hand because we all make mistakes. And if we correct our mistakes and sincerely apologize from the bottom of our hearts, then friendships can flourish, and we can be past the bully phase.
So we have this book that we focused on mainly because we really want to see the author here has shared their thoughts about how to develop a message, to make it clear, and to prove a point. And so let's listen to this interview as our second part. Let's go ahead and Click on here, listen to what she has to say.
Bully is a book about.
Make this a little louder.
A little bull who's being a big bully. He's targeting the weaknesses of all those around him, trying to make them feel smaller and in turn making himself feel bigger. Notice what's happening to that bull. What's happening to him? And he's getting bigger, right? And also the words are getting bigger, right? So what happens to your voices when you see the words get bigger? It's a great challenge for a writer to write in such a way that elicits a specific response. The importance of showing the scene before the title page was a real priority for me. The fact that the little bull was himself bullied is not an excuse, but it is a reason, and to get into the head of the bully and to understand that reason is to be empowered. Bully examines the psychological effects of the bully, as well as the bullied. A myriad emotions are explored: sadness, embarrassment, pain, anger, fear, remorse, understanding, and even forgiveness. Each and every word and image was carefully chosen, and many were rejected. Creating a storyboard really helped in the planning of the action and the pacing for the book. It was important to me that the focus in this book remain on the characters and their feelings and the power of their words. For the characters themselves, I wanted a spontaneous art style, something with a little edge to it. So I was having trouble achieving this with my paints and brushes and pens. So I discovered that a twig, when dipped in India ink, gave me that sort of rough edginess that I was looking for. Of course, about halfway through the book, I misplaced the twig and got kind of concerned, but luckily found it and was able to complete the book. I used the fence as a point of reference in order to ensure that the main character was actually changing in size rather than simply changing perspective. The fence is largely symbolic, showing that these characters are really fenced in by the actions of this bully. And at the end of the book, where they are clearly walking toward an opening in the fence, I'm implying that there has been some discussion and that some time has passed and that a resolution has been found. I think that if we are to even begin to tackle the very serious problem of bullying, we need the empowerment of understanding the origin and the motives and the frustration of such misguided behavior so that children can come from a place of self-confidence and perhaps even forgiveness. Be a friend, not a bully!
All right, so as the author thinks clearly about just the plan for how to organize and set up the book that she wrote, she thought through, okay, what message am I trying to get to the audience and how am I going to set this up? And so clearly you need to be thinking through that today. Overall, what's the main approach you're going to take? And so I want you to think about here, you should have your topic, and this should be an issue that you know about, that you're familiar with, that you care strongly about, and that you have 3 strong reasons. I mentioned this before. You need to make sure that you have 3 good reasons or details to support your opinion. And what you're going to do, slide 10 is just more of a brainstorming. You really don't have to do that. I'll show you in a moment. It's really slide 11 that we're going to focus on. So as we look at this today, slide 10, it did say, is more so if you don't have a topic and you're still stuck, just thinking through that. So you don't have to do that, but slide 11 is your introduction. And so what I want you to do today is you have your outlandish claim or statement from the other day, from yesterday, and now you're going to take that and just write a little introduction. I want you to paint a picture for the reader of what your issue is or problem, or if it's just a choice why you're convincing somebody that this is better than this. I want you to introduce that idea, but don't get into your reasons, don't get into your details other than just to mention them. So an introduction should mention your 3 reasons why you feel this way, whatever it is. And so remember, you make your outlandish claim. Maybe you paint a picture in the mind of the reader to explain what the situation is, but then you just mention and say, well, I feel like there should be school uniforms required because reason 1, comma, reason 2, comma, and reason 3. Just list your 3 reasons, but don't get into details. So make sure that your introduction, as you draft today, has your 3 reasons listed. And your draft, you may have a hard time. You could just go and hit enter and draft here. But if you are trying to get on this, it looks like you could also insert a text box. Let me do that. It might actually show up for you guys once I do it. But either way, here's a text box that you could type in. So you might have to just hit insert in text box if your page comes up plain, which it looks like it should be okay now. All right, so finish slide 11 today, which is just your introduction paragraph. Don't go any further. All right, can't wait to see what you guys do. You're awesome. Work hard.